Hello, it is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Wellness Astrology. This is October 24th through the 26th. This is the moon in Leo. Sun has moved into Scorpio. So we have the first, are we in the first quarter? Third quarter square moon. Third quarter, because it's the third quarter from the full moon that we had in Aries on the 17th. And so we're still kind of locked and loaded in the Sun square Pluto situation. So things are kind of vicious. Things are kind of nasty out there. Plus, we are still in and will be in this Mars building to this opposition to Pluto. And so we've got kind of this just the feisty energy going on. Take good care of yourself. Really take care of yourself. Be intuitive with your physical body. Leo rules the heart, and electrical, like the heart, like your heart and soul, what you need to feel, what lights you up, and things like that. And this, as we move through the Scorpio season, it's kind of like the permission to be vicious about the things that light you up. It's kind of like what you have to do come hell or high water type situation. And I really don't mean, I guess I should change my phrasing because hell and high water, we've got a lot of flooding going on. So I'm sorry if that was a bit off color because I didn't mean it to be. But my point is that you have to be attentive to your what you want your experience of life to be. When so this kind of goes back to my coaching work, right? When I was in my coaches training program, the question came up of like, what do you want your experience of life to be? And I said joy. Why? Because at that point in my life, I had not experienced ongoing joy. I had like a happy moment here, happy moment there. But I had lived mostly in a very dark depression. And I didn't want that experience anymore. I wanted to experience joy. So what do you want your life experience to be? We can all get Debbie Downer about the cost of groceries, the cost of gas, the our internet cutting out, our electricity going off, and those things are happening. And it was a while ago here. Our power went out in my building for, I don't know, it wasn't even out for an hour. And I just went about my business. I had been just finished vacuuming and I thought, well, the power is out. I can't do this, that, the other thing, but I can read a book. And that's what I did was I grabbed my book and I sat and read a book because my audio player was charged, so I just read a book. And lo and behold, the power came on less than an hour later. But and why I'm giving you that story is like if the power goes out, the internet goes out, if you come across a person who's got a sour attitude, but you're like, that's on them to have that attitude. I choose to experience joy, and I experience joy even in like things that suck, like paying bills. But I'm happy that I get to pay my bills and I get to come online and talk to y'all every other day. I couldn't do that if I didn't pay my internet or my electric or buy the ring light or buy the shelf light or, have the backdrop. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't look as pretty and all of those things. So my point here is use this Leo moon, this third quarter square moon, to be like, I don't care what your experience of life is, that's on you. My experience of life, regardless of your experience of life, is I'm going to experience joy. I'm going to experience happiness. I'm going to experience a loving relationship. All of these things. I'm not speaking just personally here, but like I'm throwing things out there for you to kind of chomp onto. Like, what do you want your life to be? To have? What do you want your experience to be of life? And Scorpio being the investigative, the intuitive, the psychic, the scorpion that it is maybe you take joy in being, getting into your like snarky side or getting into your dark side, right? Like I happen to be a huge fan of Stephen King books. They're dark and but God damn, they're good. He writes really well. He puts me in the experience of feeling the fear. Okay, I still have nightmares about Stephen King's It, and okay, I've read it probably like 3 times. I don't know that I'll ever read it again. I've seen both of the movies. The first one is more terrifying to me than the second one, the theatrical one. And I think it's just because I watched it when I was younger. Um, and so I still like have like PTSD with like taking a shower sometimes. Okay, I do. I'm right, and it's okay. I kind of just laugh at myself because I'm 45 and I still experience that. But so when your experience of life gets to a level that nothing can shake it, nothing can rock it. Is there crap going on in the world? Are there really bad things going on? Absolutely. We haven't even seen the darkest of the dark yet, in my opinion. It's just starting. Some of us know, some of us are in the know. Some people are in denial. That's on them. I was asked the other day about are people going to get a rude awakening during Scorpio season? And the answer to that is yes and no. Yes, people are going to get a rude awakening during Scorpio season because that's the nature of Scorpio season, right? You all know the story of the turtle and the scorpion, and the turtle offers to help the scorpion get across like a creek or a river or whatever. And during the course of the turtle getting the scorpion across the river, the scorpion stings it because that's what scorpions do. And the turtle's like, why did you do that? Now we're both going to go down. And the scorpion's like, it's my nature. So the nature of Scorpio season is to be a stinger, is to sting what it perceives as its enemy, what it perceives as something that could disrupt his happiness or his safety or, his whatever, his protection, right? It's the way he protects himself. And so as we're moving through the Scorpio season, it's like, what are you willing to do to protect your joy, your happiness, your adventurousness, your what are you willing to do to protect what you want your life experience to be? This could mean some difficult conversations. This could mean saying some things that people don't want to hear. I say that as an astrologer who says a lot of things people don't want to hear. Astrology isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's difficult. This is a difficult time in astrology. Okay. We've got a power struggle between Mama Bear Mars trying to swim his way through Cancer. He doesn't like it there, but he's going to be Mama Bear protective of whatever he needs to nurture. We've got Pluto finishing up in Capricorn. Capricorn is all of the authority, systems, structures, and they're crumbling. There's like these holes in the ship that can no longer be repaired. So the ship is sinking on the authoritative level. But that means you've got to step up for yourself and protect yourself. Protect your energy, protect your happiness, protect your joy. We've also still got Mercury moving through Scorpio. Mercury has been doing some really intuitive, psychic type things. So if you're noticing more numerical things, if you're noticing more just strange things, just know that that's just part of the experience of Mercury and Scorpio. It's intuitive, it's psychic, it's knowing, it's speaking. You might find yourself saying something that you're like, where did that come from? And it may just be something that's needed to be said, right? So lots going on, lots building. We do feel like we're in a pressure cooker. Also be attentive to people who may be mentally unstable. Be aware of people who may be upset. by things, the information it's surfacing, people who might have, their worlds being rattled and rocked in ways that they weren't ready for. Be compassionate towards people, have a heart, be empathic, be understanding, be open, all of those things. And this is where I said in the sun and rising signs, I said something to the effect of, when you step into authenticity, it's not, to me, it's not authentic if you're doing it because it will piss people off. No matter what you choose to do in life, you're going to piss somebody off. Somebody's going to judge you. Somebody's going to criticize you. And that's just the nature of the world, right? That's the nature of humanity. However, when you step into authenticity, your authenticity comes from your heart. It comes from what makes you feel good, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel joy, what makes you feel the way that you want to feel. If you're doing it for those reasons, and it's like an alignment, and your body feels good, and you're feeling flowy, and you're feeling able to move, and all of those things, and your heart's happy, and your soul's happy, and you're, seeing all of the numbers, and everything's kind of aligning and syncing up. That's authenticity. Authenticity is not, I'm doing this because I know it's going to piss off XYZ in my family. That's not authentic, in my opinion. In my opinion. So be attentive during this third quarter moon square, and as this moon makes harmonious harmonious sorry, harmonious aspects to the North Node in Aries, the South Node in Libra, and you're feeling into your heart center. Maybe do some heart chakra work to open up your heart, open up, instead of closing your wrists and closing your fists and being in fight mode, but opening yourself up. Open up your hands, put your palms up and open up your hands, open up your chest, right? Open yourself up to receiving the light, the bright, the purity of the light that's coming in for you. I think that's what I have. So yeah, that's the moon in Leo. That's the wellness here, is that your ability to take care of your body and your heart and your soul is the things that light you up, the things that bring you joy. And the Scorpio season is sort of permission to protect that. So feel into that. All right, let's see what's up with the Star Trek Next Gen Tarot. We are just less than a month away from Pluto and Aquarius and Star Trek all over the place, which means Borg, and it means Klingons, and it means all of the things. And think about it, Borg is a Borg. It's a collective member of a collective. If you think about the Klingons, they are warriors. If you think about the Romulans, they're cloaks. They are mysterious, right? So feel into the different species that is Star Trek. All right, that was a little weird. I don't know where all that came from, but I guess it's the nature of the moon in Leo, huh? All right. We have Justice in reverse. Ooh, pick up Captain Picard. Yep, Picard. Justice in reverse. The captain's not on his best behavior. He's a little distracted. He's a little bit in disbelief that things are not um things aren't as balanced as he would like. Maybe he's distracted by a health issue or a love interest or something like that. And so, maybe there's some weirdness going on there. And I feel like this is kind of like, what is just? What is just to humanity? Right? What's actually serving humanity and what's not, and being open to that. And to be honest, I feel like part of the Scorpio season is that we don't really know all of the things, and the things are coming out of the shadows, but we got to be careful that we got to be careful in assuming that we know what's right and wrong, but I mean that in more of like a bigger picture, not necessarily what's right or wrong in your life, but like what's right or wrong with like the global issues. We got to be careful assuming that just be like, I don't know, there's so much mystery here with regard to like what's being presented to us in the news media and what we should actually be. And I'm not siding with any one or the other. I'm saying that we may not have all of the clarity that we think we have. So we may think we know what is just for humanity, but that's got to come from us as individuals, not what so and so is saying on the news media or political stage or whatever. We also got the Queen of Batlets in reverse. Oh boy. Queen of Batlets in reverse. Um screams like feminism went too far. I feel like I said feminism went too far, and I don't know that it's more about like feminism, feminine, the authentic feminine or the divine feminine, however you'd like to word that for yourself, but like has been misinterpreted, has been misseen, has been misunderstood, right? And so that with the justice in reverse, um, oops, reverse, not upright. There we go. That with justice in reverse. This kind of speaks into, for me anyway, with the wellness perspective, this kind of speaks into like what I want to go into like healthcare here, but I feel like this is a matter of like sometimes we will trust a lab created or manufactured way of treating a condition or an illness or an ailment versus the natural. So that's where the feminine, like, the feminine meaning the earth, has been misguided or misused or misdirected, right? And so, it's kind of like basically what I'm saying is that healthcare has become more of a business than actually taking care of our health. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. And that is unjust because, feminine, if you think about it, even if you watch something like Little House on the Prairie, yes, I'm obsessed. I'm a huge fan of the show, but I've also read the books and I've also read other literature from the 19th century. But like we used to rely more upon natural or earthly, earth grown ways of caring for ourselves versus now we just as easily pop a pill or have a treatment or whatever. And I was recently just thinking about the fact that if I had started pain management treatment from the medical establishment, my God, I couldn't imagine where I would be, right? That was let's see, we'll say 20 years ago for the sake of conversation, but like 20 years ago when I first had my first like back issue, and I was asked whether I wanted an injection or physical therapy, and I went towards physical therapy. And have I had to do physical therapy repeatedly in my life? Yes, I have to work with my back and work with my hips and everything like that. And then I got into Reiki and all of the things. And now I sort of know when my back and my hips are acting up. I kind of understand what's going on with my physical body and my mental and emotional body. So I feel like there's something here around being explorative as far as we're talking about systems and structures crumbling. That also includes healthcare. That also includes how we care for our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, right? And so I feel like that's what this is. Like feminine energy knows how to work with the earth, knows how to work with natural therapies and whatnot, and whether that is crystals or herbs or teas or nutrition, or even just how you move your body, move your physical body, move your emotional body, move your mental body, right? With Scorpio, we're talking about mental constipation here. So, are you getting too much information? Do you need to unplug? Those sorts of things. Are you experiencing some level of like anxiousness or whatnot because you're just getting too much information? So, all right, that went down a rabbit hole I didn't anticipate, but that typically happens with me, doesn't it? All right, let's look at the Dark Magic, Magick, Dark Magic deck. I like this deck. I use it for the sun sign horoscopes, and I think y'all are gonna like it. That video should be posted. It is not posted as of me filming this video, but it doesn't mean that it won't be posted by the time this video pops up on YouTube. But I will link it below. I did use this Dark Magic deck, and I gave you some crystals to use and teas to drink. I thought that was really cool that in the book it gave us some ways that we can implement crystals from the earth and use tea, which is plants, to work through our shadow work. So let's see what it's got for this moon in Leo. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Um, Victorious. It is good to ask for help. Absolutely. Um, it's good to ask for what you need. It's good to get information about what you need. It's good to get emotional help or mental help, because that can actually help you. If you seek emotional or mental support, you can actually move your way through something that might be ailing you, without seeking like other types of intervention, shall we say. So, victorious is basically like you can work through a headache without popping ibuprofen, for example. And maybe it's just a matter of working through what actual mental symptoms or emotional symptoms are cropping up because of the pain that you're experiencing in your body. So, yeah. All right. So, of course, disclaimer, not medical advice. Please seek medical help where necessary, all of the things. Wellness astrology consultations are available. Link is below. You can also get a transit reading with me, or transit consultation, or a sun, moon, rising if you're new to astrology, and you just want to dip your toes in, or you can get that full chart consultation and we can go over all of the everything. So all of those things are available for you. I think my buy me a coffee link is broken. I got to work on that one. I just haven't taken the time to do it, so I apologize. But please click the like button, drop me a hi or a hello or a thank you, or even just a thumbs up to pop a comment down there. I appreciate those of you who do comment. It really does help, because I do notice a boom in my views when you do interact with my videos. So I really appreciate that, getting my name and voice out there for the world to hear me talk about astrology and Star Trek and all of the things. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye-bye.